Are you going to stay there, or are you going to walk with us to the mailbox? Okay, well, you can at least think about it. You can come to the, I don't know, cement pad and pretend like you're walking with us. Well, it's not bad out here right this second.
No, it's not. Actually, not bad at all.
Give it a couple hours.
Yeah.
He didn't even make it to the edge of the driveway. It's a nice walk out here this morning.
Nice breeze.
Yep, so far the birds are chirping. There's nobody mowing or blowing or weed eating. And there's Tux.
He's waddling his way up the driveway.
He's just kind of in slow motion.
We've already made it out to the end and he's just about halfway.
Hey, buddy. Are you getting your exercise? Oh. What'd you think? If you followed me out here, I'd attention your stomach with a belly rub on the side of the driveway? Maybe when we get back up to the house.
That was a collapse from exhaust.
Oh, hi, buddy. You're such a good boy. Such a sweet boy. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Time to go back now.
There's the other one.
Yeah, this is gray. Well, you know, plant pot kind of watering is starting to happen. We haven't had rain for a few days, but the intermittent creek still has water in it, which I bet in August it won't. So I don't guess the ground is too dry right now. All right, we made sure they came back with us. Everybody's probably gonna pile up now. This is one of those unfortunate times that my 70D with the 70-300 lens is in Ruby and not in the house, because there is one of the hawks on the asphalt way far down there on the driveway, and I don't have my zoom lens. Actually, I believe this may be one of the growing up children because of the way he's doing the wings. Kind of walking, but I don't think this bird is in distress. I just think he's finding his way. So Don's watching Workshop Addict again this morning, and he had a really interesting observation.
Right. Well, first of all, I have no interest in Home Depot or Ryobi, but right now, starting back in May through June 21st is Ryobi Days at Home Depot, so they have some special tool deals. I told Marianne if we go out, we're definitely going to go by there and let me check out a couple more of them. But the funny thing, I'm watching this guy in the Workshop Attic, and they're reviewing a Ryobi dual battery chop saw. And the funny thing is, here we've got all these contractors who wouldn't go back to corded tools if their life depended on it.
Too heavy. Too much of pain with the cord. Right. Yep.
Yep. They want to drive their F-250 diesel pickup trucks. But
I said it's because there's no electric pickup truck yet.
Yeah. So I was thinking what they're going to do, of course, they're going to come out with electric pickup truck. You know, Tesla, Workhorse, several people are working on that. And of course, all of those are going to ship with inverters built into them to drive power
tools, which they no longer have.
So
the irony.
You know, when you go out to the job site, you can take your corded tools that nobody has and plug into your truck. So I guess what they're going to do is still have the inverter. So if you ever went camping, let's say, but they're probably going to have, like, you know, there's these special trim packages on trucks nowadays. You know, the Eddie Bauer version, the Coors, the Harley Davidson. Well, they're going to have the DeWalt version where it'll come built in with DeWalt battery chargers or something on the truck, or to hold your DeWalt tools. They're going to have, you know, Makita, all these big brand names. They're going to have these special versions of these trucks with yellow trim or the neon green trim, because all these tool lines, you know, Milwaukee's all red, and you know, they're going to have it. You wait and see.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl.
So we mentioned a few months ago when we were over in Wilson that we would go back to see the rose garden when it was in bloom, and today seemed like a good day to do that. It's 69 miles over there, predicted an hour and 15 minutes. We'll get there with 50% battery. Turn around and come back. It says we get home with round trip estimate is 22% of the battery.
Yeah, we're gonna probably go the north loop and come back a different way.
Yep, we don't like to go the same way twice. Well, in a lot of these cases, there's just not that much difference. We're talking 5 minutes, 5 miles, something. It's not a big difference. Right. But yeah, we can certainly choose to come back over this way. This is Highway 42 here and 70, and we have options. It's another beautiful but hot Carolina day. Our high is probably around 90 right now. The car temperature reading is still acclimating since we pulled it out of the garage, but it's certainly hot in the sun. Of that we can all agree.
Yep.
Well, Don's cruising along in autopilot over there. We're jamming to a couple of tunes. We're talking Tesla. It's a pretty day. We're enjoying the ride.
Yep, very much so.
We're hoping to get the new autopilot update soon. You know, the one other people are getting and taking videos of. Yeah, if we had it, we would be showing it.
And plus, I'm paying really close attention to what it looks like now, so that when we get the new autopilot out, I should be able to tell the difference. Like, I am noticing that it's drawing the, this is a divided highway. It's drawing the lane line for the lane to our left, and a moment ago at the off-ramp, the exit lane, it drew the line to our right. So we had a line to our right and our left because we had lanes to our right and the left. Now there's no exit. When the exit went away, that line went away. So I'm just noticing that it at least right now, and of course we haven't gotten an update in a few weeks, it knows about the extra lanes.
Don hit the little zoom in button up here, which shows the line again is actually a little more efficient than predicted. There, zoom back out, which it just looks like we're just tracking the line well, but the zoom in gives you just a little more data.
Right, so if you're really trying to use the consumption and trip information to predict how you're going to arrive at your destination, zooming in helps.
Don just had autopilot change lanes for us.
Yeah.
You know, we always look, but yeah, she does find out here on this interstate driving.
Yeah.
With changing the lane.
Yeah.
So we're here at the Rose Garden. Welcome to the Wilson Rose Garden. Stop and smell the roses. I did look on Facebook before we headed this way just to make sure that there were roses blooming, and I was able to tell that there were.
Yeah, we made it here no problem. You know, it's been a really nice, relaxing drive. I would say Kitten's enjoying herself. There's plenty of roses to take pictures of, but I would say we're a little bit past peak. Probably maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, before it's, you know, this last really cranked up the heat, it was probably a little bit better. Not that I know anything about roses.
So Don's doing what any good Tesla husband would do. He's listening to a Tesla podcast while his wife takes pictures.
That's right.
Yep, he's got that patient guy thing. And I noticed he couldn't find his straw hat in the front. I don't know what we did with it. He's got Johnny's hat.
Right.
Thank goodness, though, for Johnny's hat.
Right, otherwise I'd be wearing Kitten's hat.
But I don't have a hat. It's open on top. That wouldn't help too much.
No, the one you've got.
Oh, okay, the white girl hat. So there are plenty of roses to take pictures of. It's just if you were wanting more landscape style shots, you might be disappointed, but there's lots of nice specimens for taking individual pictures of, which is typically what I do. I'm not much of a landscape girl. I'm an up close girl. Now, my day would be made if I could see a butterfly anywhere out here, a swallowtail, a monarch, a painted lady, anything to take a picture of, I don't see any, and I repeat, no butterflies. It's too hot to stay out there too long. I could feel the heat on the tops of my feet and my sandals. As it is, I've already got a farmer's tan on the top of my feet. Wilson is where the Whirligig Park is. There's supposed to be 4 murals in downtown Wilson, so our mission is to drive around and see if we can sort of spot one of them. The stuff on Google wasn't real clear about these. So one of the things I read about was this alleyway. I guess they came in and a local artist put these tiled flowers in here. It is pretty, it's cool. Even have a little piano. So there's a lot of potential for this parking lot back here, which is kind of behind 2 streets. It's sort of in the middle of a bunch of businesses. It's kind of like City Market up in downtown Raleigh, but it needs some more life, some more renovation. Well, here's another little alleyway, entranceway into a parking area mural. This one's a little more new, modern, vibrant than the parking area we just were. I guess Lisa Gaither, who did the nice one at Marbles Park, needs to come to Wilson and paint a few walls. It would really spruce up the town, I think. It took me a minute, but what we're looking at here is corn, soybeans, peanuts, sweet potato, something on the end, cotton, and the infamous tobacco leaf. Well, right here at the Whirligig Park is a Pokemon I don't have, a Pelipper. Get him for me and Johnny. You can't come to Wilson and not stop at the Whirligig Park for at least a few minutes. Not really moving too much in the heat of the afternoon though. The sun's gone in for a few minutes, but it'll be back. I believe this is bee balm. Very pretty. There's the sun again a little bit. And just a little breeze. It's kind of calm, relaxing.
Thankfully, just enough breeze to make some of them move and kind of keep you from baking.
So Don noticed in this parking lot sort of between the two city blocks where the artwork was that they have some really old light posts. And on top of that, they're all a little unique. They're not all the same. Thank you. It's called a Tesla Model X. But here's the fancy part now. It's 100% electric.
What?
It's 100% electric. It doesn't take any gasoline. There's no gas tank. There's no, huh?
Where you plug it in
At home. And then also supercharger network around the country.
There's one in Rocky Mount.
Yeah, there's a supercharge. The closest one to here is Rocky Mount, but at home, we charge at home overnight.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oops. Well, that was nice.
So up here in the front is more storage like in the back. Yep.
No motor.
Right now.
It's quiet. It's on. I mean, listen to how quiet it is.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a great car. We really love it.
that's gorgeous.
Thank you.
When I first came, I was like, I gotta have one of those. And they didn't show me how it works. I gotta have one.
Yeah, that's right.
They're called Falcon Wings.
They are gorgeous.
Yep.
They come in different colors too, don't they?
Yeah, it comes in like 6 or 7 colors: silver, white, midnight silver, sky, a little bit of a dark sky blue, the red, and what did I leave
Black.
out? Black. Yeah, black. Yep.
Red like fire.
Yes.
Thank you. You have a good day now. Don's been having trouble with his key fob. Triple clicking will not close the doors. So I guess the next time I'm up at the service center. See, I never do that, but Don does it, and mine works. My fob's working and his fob's not. So
Check the setting. I've checked the setting in the thing that triple.
right, and it's got a new battery in it. Although surprisingly, it hasn't worked since you put the new battery in it.
It was not working prior to. the
Okay, all right.
work. And I was hoping the new battery would fix it, but it has not.
When we first got Ruby, we're going inside first. When we first got Ruby, we had key fob issues and they replaced them, and it's been good since up here until, I don't know, a little while ago. So Don brought us to the Tobacco Museum of North Carolina. He'd been here one time before with his sister about 10 years ago.
Yep.
I had not been here before. We see tobacco growing in the field all the time, and it is a important agricultural crop to North Carolina, despite how we might feel about tobacco. So we just watched a movie about how a tobacco farm operates, and I learned some things there. I mean, I knew that they topped the flowers off so the leaves would grow, and I knew that they dried out the tobacco before selling
Cured
it,
it,
but
yep.
there was a lot more to it than that, including a lot of chemicals. Yeah, a lot of the tobacco warehouses in cities in North Carolina like Fuquay and Wilson, they don't operate anymore. I guess the video explained that the tobacco now goes straight to the cigarette manufacturer versus being sold at those warehouses in the fall when it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So besides the informational movie and a very well done history museum, both on, you know, growing tobacco and just the area here, we're basically in Kenly, North Carolina, close to Smithfield. They also have a farm restoration out here with the farmhouse and the tobacco barn and the farm equipment used to grow and harvest the tobacco. It's very very authentic. So this is I guess the blacksmith shop where they made horseshoes.
Yeah. Ironmonger. Yep. See, that stuff is just disintegrate if you were to touch that tobacco.
Yeah, they said the dried out tobacco is very crumbly, very brittle, except so for handling after they cure it, they actually rehydrate it up to 16% so they can bale it without it, you know, just crumbling on them.
Yep.
This gardenia smells as good as you would imagine. Pretty interesting kitchen here, separated away from the house, of course, in case of fire. We're inside the old farmhouse now.
Yeah, it's got a center breezeway.
Yeah, we can't go into the bedroom, but there's the back door, and there's the front door.
And they got 2 little rooms off to the side on the back porch here. Like a separate little rooms.
Huh.
Oh, well, you can open
But you can push it open, it says.
another bedroom.
So this is a bedroom. I love the antique smell. Some would call it must,
I really like this room over here.
but it just smells like antiques to me. History, smells like history. West Shed Room, it says.
Yeah, that's the kids' room.
Kids' room. Oh wow, look at the trike and the little baby stroller and the little horsey. Yep, you're right, Donnie. I like this room.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna like that just fine. It's called
So it says,
West-
welcome to the Brown family home. In 1910, Iredell, his son Walter, and other relatives began building this house and converting their original home into the kitchen and dining room located next door. Only a few. Yeah, the kitchen and dining room area was the original house, and I guess after they became more well-to-do and had additional family members living here, they built this bigger house. Yeah, this is a curing barn. Which, after watching the movie, I understand that they actually have to get the tobacco pretty hot during the curing process.
165 degrees.
So Don says this is a school. I said it could have been a church. Sometimes they were the same building. But it is listed as a school, the Barnes Crossroads School from 1890 to 1920.
Your proverbial one-room.
Schoolhouse with a wood stove. So notice that the bench table in the front is really short, and then as you get toward the back, tall. Kind of the original stadium seating. So we're currently in a 45 zone, doing 50, just past the 35 sign. And Ruby is slowing Dawn down to 40. She detected the speed limit's 35 and she brought him on down. She's doing a really good job on this US Highway 301. Not that it looks like that in this, going through this small town, but she's doing a really good job of obeying the speed limit. Well, we're on US Highway 70 now, heading out of Selma toward Clayton, essentially. We've got 33 miles and 43 minutes, it says, to get to the house, and our estimated range right now is 98 miles, so we're looking good and just enjoying a nice Saturday to be out tooling around in a great car, right?
That's right. Absolutely. You slowed down.
Yeah, there were cars in front of us, but not close in front of us, and she slowed for this 25 mile an hour curve here in what she considers to be a 70 mile per hour speed limit here as we merge onto I-40 for a short period of time.
Yep, I agree.
Handled that well. Don was having a little bit too much fun singing to Bad Bad Leroy Brown, and boy did Ruby tell him to put his hands on the wheel when they were already there. I know, I know. She was mad, it was red. I don't know what she did, Donnie.
Flashed red.
Yeah, she was upset with you. Donnie has not had his hands off, not one. We're home. Don says he's going to give Ruby a quick wash. Let's see. We went 145 miles today. Just cruising with your girl,
Yeah, that's right.
Just cruising.
Meandering through the countryside of North Carolina, listening to the country music songs.
Well, folk music. American folk music. I don't listen to country music ever.
Well, I like both kinds of music, country and western.
So Ruby just went orange, says we got 61 miles of range left. We had the air going, we didn't cut no corners, we stopped where we wanted to go, and look at all that nice range we had today. Well, the hood is back to being all shiny. That silicone stuff just comes right off when Don washes it.
It really did. The bugs.
Oh yeah, I'm looking down here in the front, and those bugs are off of the front.
I didn't have to scrub anything.
No extra scrubbing.
None at all. The power washer knocked them off. But I mean, just
normal light power washing took it off.
Right off. Yeah.
The silicone and the bugs. That's awesome, Donnie. It looks great. Thank you for cleaning her for us. You did good taking us on our little trip today and then washing her, or she'd have just been all bugged up a second time. Yep.